And is it time yet?
It is time.
I'm adding the learners. Hello, Boykanyo. Hi, Anel. Hey, Theo. Owami, Pumuzile. We've got Jenna, Tumisho, Ayesha, Wandile. Welcome, Wandile.
Welcome, everybody. The lesson today is on algebraic equations. So while we wait, we've got a question there on with question marks, and we're going to look for what those question marks are. So while we wait, maybe you can try that so long. Welcome, everybody. My name is Deepesh. My name is on the screen.
Yes, we're so excited to have you, Deepesh.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here and to meet everybody.
I think you're really going to enjoy the grade 7s. I know I did. And yeah, it looks like most of you guys that was here during Marlise's algebraic expressions is here for algebraic equations, right? Yes. Hi, Bashle. So I just quickly, while we're getting the last people invite or allowing the last learners to come in, just want to make sure that you all understand if you have any questions, you can just unmute yourself and ask Deepesh, and then as soon as you finish asking, you can just mute yourself again. And either you can ask through unmuting yourself, or you can ask on the chat. Okay. So let's see a few emojis on the chat about how you're feeling. Otherwise, you can unmute yourself and just quickly give a shout out to our new teacher, Deepesh.
Hi, everybody. It's really great to be here. I hope you're all doing well. Some of you, okay, I see some. Evening, good afternoon, welcome.
Yay, we've got a few exciting faces, Deepesh.
Yes, no, that's great. I see they're very excited for the next section, algebraic equations, and we're going to use things from your previous section on algebraic expressions to help us in this section as well.
Awesome. Deepesh, I'm giving over to you.
Okay,
Enjoy.
great. Thank you, Alzan. So yeah, everybody, welcome to this session. And I see we've got quite a few of you. We've got Aisha, we've got Anel, welcome. We've got Bartley, Boykanyo, we've got Carmen, Dewa, Jenna, Mapala, Owami, we've got Pumzile, welcome. Takano, Trevor, Tumelo, Tumisho, and Wandile. A lot of you have joined. That's really great. For those of you who have interacted on the app before, my name is Deepesh, and you might have received a video from me. I do notice some of your names, but other than that, for those of you meeting me for the first time, it's really great to be here. We're going to start this section with looking for the question marks on the screen. I just thought it would be a very nice warm-up activity for us. It is a bit tricky, so it's a bit of a interesting warm-up that it's not like very completely it requires some thought. So for example, the first one, we've got 6, right? We've got 6 plus 4 gives us, so we got 6 plus 4 gives us 10. 10 times 5 gives us 50. And that's how it works, right? So you need to find the other question marks there. What I'm going to do is, just to make it a bit easier for you, I'm going to label them. I'm going to label it A, B, C, D, E, and F. And we're going to try and find what each of these question marks are, right? So you're welcome to put your answers in the chat and let me know. Let's try A. What do you think A's answer is? What do you think A's answer is? Anybody have an answer? A is 0. Everybody got 0. So 0 plus 4 is 0. And then 4 times 5 is 20. Yay. Well done, everybody. That is 0 indeed. Let's try B. What is B's answer? So B's answer is 8. Everybody's saying 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 times 5 is 60. Yes, so it is indeed 8. Right? What about C? What is C's answer? C. What is C's answer? Yeah, I'm getting some answers. I'm getting 12. So you say 12 plus 4 is 16 times 5 is 80. Sure, you all are really good at this. So we get C, something plus 4. So it's 12 plus 4 is 16, right? 16 times 5 is 80. So I'll write it next to here. So it's 12 times 4, 12 plus 4, sorry, let's fix that. 12 plus 4 times 5. And that gives us 80, right? Let's try the next one, D. What is D? D. Okay, I'm getting some 20. I got 21. Lots of 21s. Theo, Trevor, Anel, you've got 21. So let's see. Let's plug it in. 21 plus 4. So that's 21 plus 4 is 25. This I'm supposed to actually put in a bracket. 21 plus 4 and then times 5, right? So 21 plus 4 is 25 times 5 is? Yeah, it's going to be 125. Excellent. What about E? What is E's answers? E. I'm getting lots of 5s there. 5, 5, 5. Everybody agree with 5? So we've got 5 plus 4 times 5 is indeed. So 9 times 5 is 45. Well done. That's excellent. And then we've got the next one, F. What do you think F's answer is? A lot of you are saying 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. So 3 plus 4 times 5. So we've got 3 here. Whoops. 3 plus 4. So 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 times 5 is 35. And there we have that. So well done, everybody. That's really great. You all are real good experts at this. You got the answers really quickly, which is great. Well done. So yeah, this is an intro to algebraic equations of how it works. Because equations is about having an equal to sign, but we're going to throw in some variables as well, which we're going to look at today. Okay. Any questions related to this first warm-up? Any questions? Nope, no questions. Okay, I guess then we can move on and start with the lesson today. Um, so today we're going to be looking at variables and we're going to be looking at numbers, and we use the variables and the numbers to solve equations, right? So let's have a look at some of these. I'm thinking of a certain number. If I add 3 to that number, the answer is 13. What is that number?
10.
The number is 10. Yes. Let's see in the chat. Everybody's saying 10 as well in the chat, right? So thinking of a certain number. Okay, a certain number. And you add 3 to that number and you get 13. So can I make that certain number like an X? Have any of you used X before in class? How many of you have used X in class?
Yes.
You have? And what is your name? Stembiso, you've used X. Okay. So X, and you use X to represent a certain number. So a certain number. So we can say X. Yeah, if I add 3 to that number, plus 3 equals 13. Is this right, the way I represented this? So a certain number, we can call it X. And we add 3 to that number, and that gives me 13. How many of you are happy with the way I wrote this out as an equation? Let's have a look in the chat. Yeah, you all happy. Great. Right. Well done. Okay. So X plus 3 equals 13, and that's the equation that we form. So this is the certain number. Yeah. This is the certain number. And this is plus 3. That gives you the answer, right? Yeah. Okay, so this is how we represent the words into an equation. Let's try another one. I'm thinking of a certain number. If I multiply that number by 5, the answer is 30. What is the number? I'm thinking of a certain number. If I multiply that number by 5, what is, the answer is 30. What is the number?
6.
You're saying it's 6. Let's see what others are saying. Yeah, 6. So how can I write this? Say I call that certain number y, right? How can I write this as an equation? Let's say that certain number is, huh?
Y times 5 equals 30.
Y times 5 equals 30. That's right. So y times 5 equals 30. And then in the place of y, if we plug in, you said 6, then we should get 30. Some of you are even saying 5y, and that is correct because y times 5 is 5y, and that equals 30. And then here, the y represents the certain number, right? And then 30 represents the answer, right? Okay. And then 30 represents the answer. And this is our equation. Okay. Is this okay? It's quite simple, huh? To form the equation using these unknowns, right? Okay, here's another one. I'm thinking of a certain number. If I multiply that number by 3, then add 4, the answer is 19. So I'm thinking of a certain number. If I multiply that number by 3, then add 4, the answer is 90. Let's look at the questions. Is the number 3? Is the number 3? So I'm thinking of a certain number. I multiply the number by 3, then add 4. And the answer is 19. Is the number 3? Yes or no? The answer is, for A, is the answer yes or no? It's no, huh? So it's no. And why is that? When we plug 3, so I say I'm thinking of a certain number. I take that number, which is, say, for here, it's 3, right? So 3 times 3 is 9, plus 4 is 13. So that isn't the answer, right? Give a reason for your answer. Because the answer is 13, right? Yeah. So the answer equals 13, which is wrong, right? And is the number 4? So if we plug 4 in, what do we get? What do we get if we plug 4 in? If we plug 4 in, we will get, so 4 times 3 is 12, and then you add 4, hey? So it is 4 times
16.
3, 16, hey? Yes, that's right. Well done. Thank you. So this is no as well, hey? Is the number 5? If you put 5 in there, does it work?
Yes.
Yes. So this one is yes, because the answer is 19. And then is the number 6? Obviously, it's no, right?
Yes.
Because the answer, what is the answer when you plug in 6?
24.
I think it's, yeah, when you plug in 6, it is
22.
22, which is wrong. Okay, so can you see how to solve this? So, if you struggle to find the answer straight away, we can do it with a few options and then see from there, right? Okay, so yeah, so the answer is indeed 19. Okay, and it is 5 in the place of that number. Now, say we had to form an equation for this. Some of you, I think, in the chat did do it. What's the equation for this? Say we have a certain number and we call that certain number x. What would the equation be? How would we write that out as an equation? So you're thinking of a certain number, you multiply it by 3 and then add 4. Some of you are giving answers. I'm just waiting for some others to also confirm that. What will it be, the equation? So I'm getting some answers here. X times 3 plus 4, 3x plus 4. Let's see some more answers. I'm getting 3x plus 4, 3x plus 4 equals 19. I like that one. Yeah, because that's an equation. 3x plus 4 equals 19. Remember, we must make it equal to the answer. Hey? So 3x plus 4 equals 19. Yes, so let's write it down here. So it's 3x 3x plus 4, and then we've got equals 19 because it is, the answer is 19, right? Okay, so 3x plus 4 equals 19. The answer is 19. Let's just get that up again here. Okay. Okay. Whoops. Just get this back here. Okay. Okay, so 3x plus 4 equals 19, right? So that is the answer. And yeah, well done. And then we just plug in values in the place of x, right? Right. Okay. Well done, everybody. That's really great. It's really cool. You people are doing really, really well, and you're able to convert the words into an equation. So that is the aim of this part, is algebraic equations. How do we convert the words into equations? So what are we seeing here? A lot of them have this certain number, and then we use numbers, and we use also what we call variables, which is like x and y and things like that, right? So that is what I want to just clarify is the terminology. So the terminology that we use is when we use x and y and things that we call that variables, right? So let me just spell that out here. So we call that variables. Okay, or just variable, right? So variable will just be one of them. So variable. So we've got X, we can use Y, we can use A, we can use P, we can use anything, right? Any of the letters of the alphabet you can use, and those are called variables, right? So we're mixing variables, we're mixing numbers, and we've got the equation, which is the equal to sign, right? So we've got the variables, and then we've got your numbers. Okay, numbers obviously 1, 2, 30, etc. And then we've also got the equal to sign. Okay. And these help us to form an equation. So we take the variable and the numbers and the equal to sign, and it ultimately forms an equation. So we get x plus 2 equals 12. And yeah, that's an equation. So these all go together to form an equation, right? Okay. So do you all understand how to form the equations? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I see here, and Jabulo is asking, does it matter which letter we use? Well, in Jabulo, it depends on the question. If they don't tell you which letter to use, then obviously you can say let the certain number be P or Q or whatever, and then your whole question will be based on that certain number, right? That you've decided. But if the question says the certain number has to be X, then obviously you're not going to convert that to Y, right? So this one here is bringing all of them together, we form an equation. Okay, so what parts do we get? We get the variable, right? So we get the variable, then we get the number, and we get the equal to sign, and that all leads us, the three things lead us to form an equation. Okay. All right. Any questions related to this so far before we move into more creation of equations? Any questions so far? No questions. Yes, yes. That's right. So when you use when you use a letter, very important, you need to know what that letter stands for. It represents something, right? The letter represents something. That's why it's so important to know what that letter represents, right? So it will represent a certain number. It can represent a person. It can represent a fruit. It can represent whatever the question is telling us. So now we're going to look now. We're going to do more questions, and you're going to see that the letters represent certain things, right? So let's have a look. So here, from words to equations. So you write an equation using a letter symbol as a placeholder for an unknown number to describe the problem in each of the situations. So we're going to look at different situations, and we're going to see how we're going to use letters to try and form equations, right? So write an equation using a letter symbol as a placeholder. Now, obviously, they all represent unknown numbers, right? Because you were telling me the answer is x equals this, p equals this, q equals this. So it represents, all of them represents an unknown number, and then to describe a problem in each of the situations. So we get situations that we use the numbers and symbols for. Let's have a look at some of them. Right. So some of you will represent this in one way, some of you represent it another way. There's different answers, but they ask obviously only certain right answers. Some of them are wrong answers. So we're going to look and see. There are 30 learners in a class. X learners are absent and 19 are present. How can you take all this information and make it an equation? Yeah, what can you do with this? How can you represent this as an equation? So there are X learners are absent and 19 are present, and there are 30 learners in the class. You can type in the chat or unmute and let me know what is your answer to this.
Sir,
Yeah.
X plus 30 equals 19.
So X plus 30 equals 19. Let me write your answer. Who else has an answer? Who else has an answer? You're welcome to let me know. Anybody else with an answer?
So the answer is 11.
The answer is 11, yes, but how do we write that as an equation with the unknown X? Okay, I've got another answer here.
Sir,
Yes.
X plus 30 minus 30
Yeah.
equals X plus 30 minus 30 equals 19 minus 30.
X plus 30 minus 30 equals 19 minus 30.
Yes, sir.
Interesting. Okay. Any other answers?
So 30 minus 19 equals 11.
And where the X went to? There has to be an X in there.
30 minus 19 equals X.
Okay, 30 minus 19 equals X. Okay, right. Let's look at these, right? Let's look at these. We've got 4 options here, and I'm looking for in the chat. I'm seeing a lot of people have these, some of these options, but let's vote and see, right? So we've got here, there's actually 2 correct answers here, right? So this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, right? So you need to choose 2 correct answers from here. What do you think? Which ones are the correct? Which one makes perfect sense out of these 4 options? Which one do you think
A
is
and C.
A and C, you think?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What do other people think? I'm getting a lot of people saying B and D, B and D, B and D. Okay, there's no F here, so it has to be between A, B, C, and D. Okay, I'm getting lots of B and Ds, and some people are saying D as well. There are some people saying C. Okay. Okay, let's look at the first one. X plus 30 equals 19. So something plus 30 equals 19. That to me doesn't sound so correct because X plus 30 equals 19. What are you going to get there in the place of X, eh? You're going to get like negative people. So the first one doesn't seem so right because what will X be, right? X learners are absent. We can't have like negative learners because what number plus 30 will give you 19? There's no positive number. Is that right? Yeah, there's no positive number. So this one here is not correct. However, we can change it around and see how we can change the signs and make it right. So 30 minus X equals 19. So you had 30, right? You have 30. X are absent, then we have 19. So you have 30 in the class, then X are not in the class. So you have 30, you minus the ones who are not there. Then you get 19. Doesn't that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
So you have
Yes.
30, you
Yes,
take
it does.
away. So this is correct. This one, you get x plus 30 minus 30 equals 19 minus 30. It's quite complicated and I'm getting lost with a lot of the 30s here, hey? Because 30 minus 30 is 0 and then 19 minus 30 is a minus number. So we can't have negative people who are absent, right? So this one here also similar to A, but it's not right. Then 30 minus
Sir?
9. Yes, yes.
Sorry, sir, to disturb, sir, but C is a bit complicated, sir.
Yes, it's quite long. I do see some parts of it that, possibly I see the reasoning, but yeah, it's going to be negative. This is what I have a problem with, is that you have a negative number here, which you can't have negative absent people, hey? Like there can't be a negative number. It has to be a positive number of people who are not here. Then 30 minus 19 equals X. So you had 30, and then 19 are present, and then that gives you the absent learners. So you have 30 in total in the class register, 19 are present. So when you take the total of the class register minus the ones that are present, won't that give you the ones that are absent? You have your full class register, then you count everybody in the class. So you say the full total in the class register minus the people that are present. Surely that should give you the ones that are not there. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
It will. Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you. Okay, so it's B
Yes,
and
sir.
D. And the answer is indeed then 11, because it's 11 plus 19 gives you 30. So well done. I do see even the ones that are not right, there was a good thought process behind them. And I do see where you came from in terms of the thought behind those questions, right? Behind those answers. Okay. Is this okay? Any questions regarding this one? No? Okay.
No, sir.
The question didn't tell us to find x, it just told us to form an equation. But if you had to solve for x, you would have gotten 11, right? Okay, let's try the next one. Okay. Let me just see the screen if you can all see it properly. Can you all see this okay? Yeah, there's 70 passengers on a bus. At a bus stop, M passengers get off. So M passengers get off, right? There are now 23 passengers on the bus. How can we write this as an equation?
So
Sir?
70 minus M equals 23.
I'm going to write these answers down. 70 minus M equals 23, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes.
Sir, M minus 2, no.
Sir,
Yes.
70 minus 23 equals to M.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
70 minus M equals 23.
Okay, that we've got that here as well. Okay, great.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, I've got another one here. Yes, you can tell me your answer.
M plus 70. M plus 23 equals 70.
Okay, I've got that one. I wrote that as well here. Good. Yeah, yeah.
23 plus M equals 70.
Well done for all the tries. Okay, now let's see. Let's label them. A, B, C, D. Either they are all wrong or all right, or one of them is right or whatever. Like, I'm not saying that there is a right answer or wrong answer here, but what do you think? Are they, is one of them right? Are they all right? Is 2 right or 3 right? What is it?
One of them are right, sir.
You said all of them are right. Yeah,
One of them, sir.
one of them. Okay. Okay. So we have 70 passengers in the bus. M passengers get off. Now we now have 23. So what will that value of M be? How many passengers got off this bus? How many passengers got off the bus? You had 70, and then
47.
47 got off. You all agree 47 got 47, eh?
47.
47.
Let's
Yes,
plug
47.
47 into all these equations and see if it works. Obviously, if you plug it into them and it does work, it means they're all correct. Is that right? So we're going to plug 47. So you had 70. M got off and now we have 23.
Yes.
Doesn't this one make sense, A? Because 70 minus 47 does give you 23. So this is correct. We had 70 and you took away and you then minus the ones that are left, which is 23. So then gives us M as 47. So this is also correct. The next one, we say 47. You say the ones that are that left plus the ones that are present give you 70. This is also correct. Here, the ones that are present plus the ones that left give you the total. This is also correct. So all of them are correct. Yeah, all of them are correct. You happy with the answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All of them are indeed
Yes, sir.
correct, right? Okay. Huh? Somebody said no? Okay. Okay.
There was a
Great.
mistake.
Okay. Okay. Great. I'm glad you all agree with this one. Let's look at the next one. This one is a little bit tricky. Let me just have a look at the screen and see if you can see the whole thing. A boy buys a bicycle for 1,260 on account. So that means on account means he's going to have to pay them monthly, right? Pay it off monthly. How many payments of 90 Rand each must he make to pay for the bicycle? Let X be the number of payments made. So how are we going to do this? How are we going to form an equation for this one? A boy buys a bicycle for 126 on account. How many payments of 90 Rand each must he make to pay for the bicycle? It's a bit tricky. Think about it.
40.
We have to form an equation.
1,260 divided by 90 equals X.
Okay, we've got one answer. Thank you for that. Who else has an answer? You can also say if you agree with this answer. (1,260) divided by 90 equals X. I've got 90X equals 1,260. Okay, 90 times X. I've got another one, 90X equals 1,260. Yes, this is indeed the correct. Both of them are correct, actually. Yeah, both of them are correct. So we've got 1,260 divided by 90 is X and 90X. So remember, X is the number of payments. So you say 90 times the number of payments would give us the total. Or 1,260 divided by 90 will give us the number of payments, right? So X is the number of payments. Okay. And that is indeed the correct answer, right? And somebody's given the answer and said it's 14. 90 times 14 equals 1260. And that is indeed, so they are actually 14 payments, right? Yeah, so that's 14 is the answer to this, right? Okay. Any questions regarding this?
No, sir.
Okay. And then we're gonna try.
No, sir.
We're gonna
No,
try the
sir.
last one here. We're gonna try the last one. 5 people share a total cost of 240 amongst themselves. Let C be the cost per person. And what is that cost per person? How will we find an equation for this? What is the equation?
240 divided by 5 is equals to C.
Okay, any other answers? Great, thank you.
C times 5 equals 240. Can you hear me?
Sir,
Yeah,
C plus 240 equals 5.
C plus 240 equals 5. Okay, so let's see. The first one, 240 divided by 5 is C, that is correct, because 240 divided by 5 people will give us how much each person has to pay. 240 equals 5C, so 5 people times how much each has to pay will give you the total, which is 240. But C plus 240, it doesn't make sense because C is the number of people, right? So it has to be divide this one. They have to share equally amongst themselves means divide, right? Okay. Does that make sense? Yeah?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Great. So it is 240 divided by 5 or 240 equals 5C. Okay. Somebody's given me the answer of 48. Okay, great. So yeah, that's come to the end of the lesson for today. But how is this? How are you feeling about this? Maybe if you can type one word to let me know how you're feeling about this section. How are you feeling about this section? You can just let me know with one word. How are you feeling about it? Okay.
Confused, sir.
Confused. Well, we've got more installments and you've got your homework coming. So we've got another lesson that's coming up and we're going to be revising this and going through more things. So you can tune into that lesson and we'll go through it again. But what are you confused about? I'm just curious.
Sir, I think because of the letters, if you just understand the place of the letters, then you can get it right.
Okay. Have you written nice notes for this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So yeah, let's revise that. And then when I see you again on Thursday, we can see if you still have any questions, right?
No problem, sir.
Does anybody have any final questions before we end off?
No, sir.
No, okay.
No,
I'm
sir.
I'm going to hand
No,
you
sir.
over to the mentor Elzan, and I'm going to end off there for today. But it was really great having a lesson with all of you, and I look forward to meeting with you again on Thursday. So take care, and Elzan will be giving you a rundown of your homework now. Elzan?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dipesh. Have a lovely rest of your evening.
Thank you so much.
And
Take care.
thank you for everything. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Awesome, guys. So I think you all did a very, very good job. Are you guys proud of yourselves? You can show
Yes,
me
ma'am.
by emojis.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
are. I'm
Yes,
also very proud of you. I could see that you guys worked hard today. So are you ready to see the homework for this week?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Who can tell me
Yes.
what happens to the learners who has done the most homework?
Goes on the leaderboard.
Leaderboard.
The leaderboard. So who wants their name to be up there? You can show by raising your hand if you want your name to be up there. Let's see. Bashley, Trevor, Tumelo, KD, Tumisho, Owami, Poikanyo, Theo. Okay, now everyone wants their name there. Okay, so you guys know you need to work hard to get your name there, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Okay, let me show you. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. Let me show you what you need to be doing to get there. Just trying to share my screen quickly with you all. And tell me, when is the next session?
Thursday, ma'am.
Thursday. Yes. So here, as you all can see, I'm just gonna ask you all to,
3 weeks. Wow.
if you don't have anything to say, just mute yourself, please. Awesome, guys. Who's not muted?
Happy. Are you allowed to do that yet? Give a mouse.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, awesome. So here you guys can see that you have done lesson 1, writing number sentences. Well done for that. You all can give yourselves a hand clap. And then lesson 2, which is this Thursday, is going to be on interpret number sentences. Okay. So I hope to be seeing you guys there. And before we're going to do interpreting the number sentence, your homework is in the Watobi app. So you can just go onto the topic list and find algebraic equations. After you've gone into algebraic equations, you can just scroll down to one-step equations. And in this first one-step equations, add and subtract. This is your homework, okay, for Thursday. You all have it. Can I see a thumbs up? Awesome. Okay, guys, well, that's it from me. I just want to thank you all for being here. It's so nice seeing you all again, and I'm super looking forward to seeing you on Thursday. Till then, take care and yeah, enjoy your homework. Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Bye, ma'am.